Well, it's that time of year again. Yes, it's back to school time. Now, for some of the kids, this is not the best time of year, but for a lot of parents, this is celebration time. But you know, a lot of the kids are experiencing a lot of concern and nervousness. Perhaps it's their first day of school, or they're heading to a new school, or just the reality of getting back into routine. So talking about stress and the whole back to school is an important topic. So I'm excited to have with me a good friend, Victoria Resendez, naturopathic doctor, to talk about this with us because she knows firsthand, after seeing a lot of families in her clinic, how this can have an impact. Welcome, Vic.
Thank you.
So, nervousness. Everybody's got the jitters heading back to school.
I remember those days.
I do too. So do you have anything that we can share that would be helpful for parents and the kids for this?
Well, I think, you know, obviously talking to your children, making sure they know what to expect, being prepared for the first day of school, again, making sure that they know which classmates they're going to be with the teachers, that decreases some of the anxiety. Right. But some of the restlessness, even the trouble sleeping maybe the couple nights before, or even during that first few weeks of school until they get acclimatized to the new routine. Something great that I will often recommend to patients, my little patients that come in, is the Quietude by Boiron. It's a homeopathic preparation, so it's very safe, all natural. There's no artificial colorings or ingredients, and it can help just cut back some of that restlessness, that nervous energy that they may be experiencing.
So they could start this leading up to school, as well as those first few weeks when things are going through change.
And some students will use it throughout the year if they're a little bit more hyperactive or agitated throughout the school year, just to help them concentrate a little bit better at school. But particularly those first few days when they may have that nervous energy in abundance, this can really help. And also at nighttime as well, not just during the day.
Fantastic. Now, of course, back to school also means back to the germs that the kids are bringing back home with us, to us parents as well as to their siblings. So let's talk quickly about cold and flu. Now, Health Canada put out a warning about over-the-counter cough syrups and other types of preparations. And so what do parents do? What do we stock in our medicine chest to help, first of all, prevent and then deal with symptoms for cold and flu?
Well, and again, September, October, going into flu season, into the colder weather, I have a lot of parents concerned about the safety of different medications for their children. So again, doing a homeopathic, which is safe, which is gentle for children, infants, up until adulthood actually, Boiron carries lines of immune or symptom fighting products. So looking at perhaps just cold and flu prevention, again, best tackling these things as soon as symptoms start showing, is something like Oslo.
Right.
Okay, that's the short form. That's what most people will say because it's hard to say
mouthful.
the whole world.
Yeah.
But Oslo is something that they have a formulation for children from 0 to 11. So all children, even if they're infants, they can benefit from this. And then they also have an adult formulation. Right. So any signs of cold or flu coming on, that's the first thing you would go to.
And of course, go to things like washing our hands, role modeling for our children, washing our hands at home, because we want to try to prevent having to take something for the flu.
Well, ideally, again, being proactive and reducing the chance of having a cold or flu set in is best. So definitely the hygiene, making sure that you are modeling that at home for your children so that they are more likely to do it when they are at school and away from your supervision.
Right.
And again, making sure they're eating well and healthy and getting plenty of rest. That is the key to a good immune system. But when things come up and you have to be reactive in terms of responding to symptoms, there are safe ways of doing it, again, and not necessarily going to pharmaceutical medications.
Now, I know in our house, fortunately my children don't get sick very often, but Stodol has been a go-to product for us. Can you speak to what type of medicine this is?
Again, it's a homeopathic, so it is quite safe. This one is in particular, and it's on the label will tell you in terms of what ages it's safe for. This one, because it does have a little bit of honey, you have to make sure that the child is older than 1 year of age. But the honey is actually what makes it taste good, so you don't have to fight with your children to actually take this, because most of them will take it willingly.
Yeah, and it does help with cough. It's very effective.
Well, they actually did a study in France that compared it to a codeine-based cough syrup, so another over-the-counter medication, and they found that the efficacy and effectiveness was actually equal.
Oh, that's great news. And lastly, Corazalia, stuffy nose, runny nose, that congestion that can really keep kids awake at night, and their parents too. That's another great medicine.
And this one particularly for infants, because there isn't a lot that we can give children, especially from 1 month to half a year of age. So this is something that I will often suggest for pediatric patients if they have the stuffiness, the nasal congestion that is really bothering them and not letting them sleep and not letting the parents sleep.
Right.
It's a water-based, it's in vials, so it's liquid, very easy to administer.
Good, great. Well, thanks, Vic. Always full of such great information. And of course, thanks to you and all this great information, it's going to be a great school year. So stock your medicine chest with all these great medicines from Boiron Laboratories and have a great school year.